Smooth. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dave and Henry. That's Dave.
Hi.
I'm Henry.
Yeah,
How's it going? How you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Look, that's us playing back.
Oh,
I didn't even realize that.
huh.
You doing all right this evening?
Yeah, doing fine, doing fine. Just Heather is having some trouble with one of her arms, and so it's just really hurting her, and she doesn't really know what's going on. So she's gonna go get an MRI on it. But so anyway, all my plans for the next like 2 weeks totally changed today.
Yeah, I imagine.
So I'm sort of trying to just sort out what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do it, but it'll all work out.
Yeah.
Ha-
I have every confidence in you.
Thanks. What's new with you?
Just same old, man. Same old. Today is Thursday, so I am baking again to try and get ahead.
Of course.
Of course. You know, we do the bake along every Saturday.
Yeah.
And I do
What's the bake along this Saturday?
Babka.
So I haven't seen babka in the group in a while.
Right. So we're doing either a cinnamon babka or a chocolate coffee yeasted babka, sourdough chocolate babka.
Okay.
Or a roasted garlic Gruyere babka.
What?
Isn't that nice?
I never thought about I never thought about a savory one.
I was on Tuesday, and people started talking about what they were, kind of leaning towards, and I thought, there's got to be more babka than this in the world. And I was having a conversation with Terry over at Baking Great Bread at Home.
Right.
And, I'm disappointed in myself that this didn't make it on the menu, and it still might. She was talking about a baklava babka.
Ooh, that sounds...
Don't think so?
No.
Decadent.
That sounds way too sweet. But baklava is too sweet for me anyway.
Baklava is too sweet to begin with. Yeah, I didn't have any business in anything other than baklava. I mean, and then this big a piece. That's why they only serve this much.
Right.
So I started doing some research, and I like to bake or put in front of the Academy stuff that I've baked. And once you start going into that savory realm, generally, I don't know. So I found a couple that I can trust, that I like, and went through with a fine-tooth comb. And I love Gruyere cheese, and I love roasted garlic, and the dough is sound, so I know how to add garlic to sourdough, because you got to be careful.
Yeah, you do.
And
any kind of alliums, onion will do the same.
Right, and what? And so does cinnamon. Cinnamon, you got to be careful with cinnamon too.
Oh,
especially with sourdough.
Antifungal, antibiotic, basically microbial.
Yeah,
yep.
It'll kill your stuff.
Yep.
So those are our choices, and I have made hundreds of babka. And so get this: earlier in the week, I get a package in the mail, and I go to the door. It's a big box. I'm expecting a couple of things.
Okay.
But it takes a couple of days, and I forget because I'm working in the door, not somebody at the door, and I go, wonder what this could be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a big box, and there's nobody out there. They just left it at the door. Porch pirate. So I bring it in the house, open it up. It's a huge, beautiful comforter. And the only person who buys me comforters is my mom. I'm like, Mom hooked me up with a comforter. What's up? So I get my knife. I cut into it. I couldn't wait to get it on the bed. put the pillowcases on, stood back and looked at it. I was like, cool, mom. And I call her, and she's answer machine is on. Sit down. A few minutes later, my knock at the door again. It's the delivery guy with my batteries that I ordered.
Oh no.
And he goes,
The comforter wasn't yours?
no. He said, you still have that box that I left here earlier? I was like, the comforter? And he said, yeah. I said, it's back there on my bed.
Oh no.
Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. I was like, you sure? Because I could, the box is right here. I can box it back up. There's no way I was getting it back in that box. It was one of
No.
those things where you
Oh, 'cause it
puncture.
was yeah.
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 There's no way I was getting it back in the box. So he was like, Merry Christmas. I was like, yeah. Got my batteries. A few minutes later, get another knock at the door. It's another delivery that I completely forgot about. And it's one of those.
Did this one have your name on it?
This one I checked. So, you know, like a big, nice sized 16 hole muffin pan, a really nice
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
So I ordered I saw Colleen had, I think it was Colleen, who had some little muffin tins. She had two things. She had little muffin tins
Okay.
and these miniature Dutch ovens, little tiny Dutch ovens. I'm like, I'm getting that. So I ordered the mini tins and they came in and they are nice. And I'm thinking, so what am I gonna bake? Banana bread in them? I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, you know what? I bought those same were they USA pans?
I don't know. But they're nice.
Okay.
Dirty
Oh, those
now.
look like yeah. That looks like Nordic ware or something like that.
Yeah, I've got it came in it's a set, so I've got
Okay.
another one. And
Yeah.
so I'm making this babka today, and the whole time, all week long, I'm preaching how to teach, how to do. We're on this big fermentation kick, and a dough like this that's got 3 eggs in it, 180 grams of milk, 115 grams of butter, some orange zest. That's enriched.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And trying to handle that the same day
Probably
you make
pretty
it.
sticky, right?
If the point about this lesson was develop the gluten first. Develop the gluten before you add the butter.
Yeah.
Get the window pane before you add the butter. Don't be in a hurry. Then
Right.
a little bit at a time, because it's going to spin around in the bowl if you don't. It's going to spin around in the bowl anyway. So don't kill yourself. Don't hurt yourself. And then, because it's so rich, if you try to shape it and roll it out, and then you're going to put another layer of butter down, and then put your inclusions, that butter is just going to
Yeah.
go right into your dough,
Sure is.
and you're never going to have what babka is known for, and that's those swirls
the
and the
layers.
separations.
Yeah.
It's going to just melt together. So
Right.
you should do it tonight, put it in the refrigerator. Tomorrow, handle cold dough. Don't succumb to the temptation. I hear it all the time. Do I need to let this come to room temperature before no. Cold dough is your friend.
Yeah. For lamination, cold dough is your friend.
Yeah. Especially this rich.
Right.
So I had an idea. I split my dough in half. Put half of it in the refrigerator to bake tomorrow like I'm supposed to. The other half, I went ahead and did a light coating of butter, some white chocolate chips and nuts, and the cinnamon. And I'll give you a secret about the cinnamon. Add just a touch of nutmeg, maybe shake. That's it. Because nutmeg goes a long way. And all you really want is the earth tone. Just, you don't even want to know it's there. You don't even want to notice it.
Yep.
And then the other secret is 3 drops of vanilla extract in your cinnamon sugar mix.
3 drops?
Now,
That's
3
it?
drops. That's it. That's it. You don't want to taste it. You want it
Okay.
to you want it to
Oh, because of the alcohol. Oh, yeah, okay, 'cause cinnamon's not water soluble. The alcohol
no.
kind of makes it distribute.
Yeah.
What's the word? It's not distribute. It's like making a suspension.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know
It's
the
not
word.
it's not soluble, but it will absorb it and kind of
But
become
the first thing it's gonna do is make lumps
yeah,
because the little drops of cinnamon and some brown sugar is gonna get lumpy. So you gotta
right.
get your hands in there and do this and make
Oh,
sure it's well distributed.
sorry. I'm on the last shot here, so
I'm not.
my bad.
So anyway, get that you get a couple of drops of vanilla extract, and if you're adventurous, banana extract. Just a
Mhm.
few drops. It'll
Okay.
don't don't do it. And then same thing with the nutmeg. Spread it out, roll it up like you're doing a cinnamon roll. Long log. That's the reason I split it half because it has to be narrow to fit in those tins.
Oh, yeah, the little mini. Yeah,
So you got a long log. Leave your border around the edge. Don't put your cinnamon all the way out to the edge, otherwise you can't seal it
right.
as you roll it up. And then measure for those. You're going to cut the whole log in half down the middle, long ways.
Ah,
And
okay.
then
Oh, so it
start
kinda
in the
splays
middle.
open?
So it splays open. Then start in the
Alright,
middle of those two. You got two next to each other now. Start
right.
in the middle and just cross them over. Because you don't want to try to cross that whole big arm on this arm.
Oh,
Start in the
no.
middle and cross half of it over. Then
Okay.
cross it again. And once you get it all the way down to the end, roll it, seal it, flip it around. Now you just do the other half.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it does sound easy.
Then you measure 3 inches because that's how long those are. And you know it's going to proof a little bit. And cut your little 3-inch babkas, drop them in there, let them proof, egg wash, bake at 350. For mine, had to go for about 24 minutes.
Oh, really? It still took that long even in the mini pans?
Yeah, it's really
Interesting.
rich. It's a
Yeah,
really rich
guess
dough.
yeah, guess so.
And you don't want to bake what? You don't want to get to 200 degrees
You
with
don't want
something
it to
like
dry
this
no, you don't wanna dry it
because
out.
it'll dry out. And typically with an enriched dough, anyway, when you're done, it's going to be hard on the top. It's going to get a little hard,
Yeah,
like
especially
even
with
a
an egg
sandwich
wash.
bread. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to
even
get a
with
little
it
hard.
like yeah.
So stop about 185 and let it continue to cook. 190, you're good. You're
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
and it'll continue to cook. Let it sit in the pan for a good 15 minutes to set up
Mm,
because there's a lot going on in there. Let
yeah.
it set up. Easily
Do you put it
remove
do you
them.
put a towel over the top while it's cooling in the pan?
No, because there's a
No.
reason for that. I don't.
You don't wanna
Because
trap the steam.
you would do that to soften them up, right?
Right, yep.
Okay. Well, what we're
That's
going
why
to
I was
do,
thinking that.
yeah, that's where I'm headed. So what you want to do is let them cool, and then you're going to paint them with a syrup. And I didn't
Ah.
while they're hot because that's how you get that bakery quality shine, and people are going to go ooh. And
Mhm, like a
I didn't want
glaze.
to. It's a glaze. I didn't want to make the syrup tonight because I was having seafood with Yolanda,
Yeah.
but I did have some Karo
Oh.
syrup.
Oh, yeah. Well, that works.
So I
Good
poured a
old
little
high
Karo
fructose
syrup.
corn syrup. Instant glaze.
Yep. And they're
That's
topped,
pretty.
isn't it? It's a little
Yeah.
tiny miniature babka. And it's got
What nut do you have on there?
I've got walnut
Okay.
and white chocolate chip
Okay.
and the cinnamon mixture and I egg washed, then sprinkled just a little turbinado sugar because I put turbinado sugar on broccoli if
Excuse
they'll
me.
let me. And
Weird.
I know.
Don't do that. That's
But
pretty.
isn't that? Isn't it? And
That's really nice.
so let's see what these look like.
yeah, it's got that cinnamon roll kind of texture on the inside.
Yeah, and it's still
Nice.
nice and swirly.
Yeah.
You can't see it. Here, let me help you look. Let
Oh,
me get
oh,
that.
thank
Let me
you.
just get that out of the way because that was in your
Oh,
way.
yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah. It's
So,
not too tight, which is good because it kind of has little pockets in there.
and my goodness gracious, Lord in heaven, it's delicious.
Mm.
It really is.
I'll drink
So,
to that. You
tomorrow
got your drink ready so we can cheers.
I do. I'm having some um, Jim Beam apple
Hmm. This is the
on
last
sale
of
down the street.
the maker's mark that I dipped in Kentucky.
That's the same one, really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had other things in between, but yeah,
That's a lot of. That's a long time for you.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like booze it up while we're doing the
Remember that
piece.
big old giant bottle
I
I
did
bought?
one time. I did one time. I didn't even come home. One time when it was you, me, and Steve, and we went on long and
Tarkenberry
yeah,
Manilow.
yeah.
You
That
spent the night in the studio.
I did.
Yeah,
I was on the couch.
we got hammered that night.
Yeah,
But
that was a mistake, but it's okay. Hey, I
I
was
think
responsible. I didn't drive home.
it was a
Even
part of the learning curve.
yeah, I only live a half a mile away, but I still didn't risk it.
Look how much is still in here.
Yeah,
And
because
I've
you bought the
had
giant one.
I know. And I had company come over the other day and I was like, "You want a drink?" And she was like, "Yeah. You old enough to drink?" She's she's my daughter's age. And I keep
Oh,
thinking, "You old enough to drink?" I don't know. Leave the door open because you're my daughter's age. Leave the door open because your dad's right down the road and I don't what you doing drinking with my daughter? I don't want that.
no, no. All right. Well, here's to
Here's
babka.
here's the babka. Mini babkas. One of my members said, "Oh, that'd be great for portion control." And I was like, "Uh, what's portion control? I've never heard of portion control."
You could just eat one slice of of a regular babka
Yeah. Not this stuff
because
though. Gosh,
a a whole mini one's probably like the equivalent of 2 or 3 slices.
yeah. Do you remember those blueberry cinnamon rolls I made at Christmas? I just posted
Mm,
those again the other day.
yeah.
So I hope nobody looks. I usually include the nutrition facts to my recipes.
Yeah, I do
And
too on chefmylife.com. Yep, I do too. Sometimes I'm like,
well,
oh, ooh,
do I really want to put this down there? Because I want them to make it, but it's 875 calories each.
uh, I mean, it's less than a Big Mac.
I guess if you think about it that way.
Seriously, have you seen the calorie counts on the menus, like the fast food menus? There's
Not,
almost nothing less than 1,000 calories. Almost nothing. That's
I remember when
half of your recommended daily allowance.
when I was baking in the
That's not good.
bakery, when I was baking in the shop every morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd run down to the McDonald's. There's nobody there. I'd
Yep.
get a, a, a bacon, whatever the morning sausage thing is, egg
Oh yeah,
McMuffin with
McGriddle.
bacon,
McGriddle. Oh.
McMuffin,
Oh, egg
and
McMuffin.
a
Yeah.
medium caramel mocha with 2 shots of espresso.
That's the problem right there is that mocha buddy.
They saw me coming. They knew
The
because
bacon,
at
egg, and
first it
cheese is
went,
not all that bad, really, compared
but
to the
let me
mocha.
get the medium mocha double shot of espresso, and I
Straight
would do
sugar.
that every day. And some days have a Whopper with
Not
onion
at
rings and
at
I
Burger
didn't even
King,
think
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then remember when I lost all that weight?
Yeah.
I said, I'm eating less per day than I was having for breakfast back in those days.
You know, I used to work in suburban Atlanta,
Mhm.
and I mean that's fast food was all around. And so when I was at work, it was which fast food are you going to go eat? We rarely like brought food in to try to eat healthy. It was more of a what's the cheapest deal today? And like my boss, Rick, and I we always rejoiced when it was Arby's 5 for $5.
Oh,
And we'd
right?
go in
I just
there
love that.
and we'd get 5 for the 2 of us, and we'd split the last one, the middle one. Each one of us had 2.5 Arby's roast beef.
Did you ever look forward to when McRibs came back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, but you could only eat like a couple of them before you realized that what you're eating,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then you don't
not
wanna eat
good.
anymore, and it takes
Not
about a
really.
year. It takes about a year for you to forget and then get
Yeah.
excited to eat it again.
We're like,
That's why
"Ooh,
they do it.
yeah,
That's why
makes
they do it.
sense. Makes sense."
So, yeah, I don't I'm not a big fast food guy anymore at
Yeah,
all.
me either. Me either. I do eat, and when I eat fast food, I usually eat Wendy's. They they're better quality than some of the other ones, I think. And
That's weird.
I'll get an Impossible Whopper from Burger King, but I always get the onion rings.
Yeah, I'm always an onion ring guy. I met Wendy
Oh, did you?
one time. Yes, Dave Thomas.
Nice.
I was in school. I was in college in Ohio, and working at Wendy's to make ends meet. I worked at a lot of places when I was
Mhm.
in school, and I don't know if you remember, but this is back in the time when Wendy's had those hanging, colorful beads and wood panels. It
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, when I was young, that was the way Wendy's was. It had all
In a salad bar.
the paper things
Yeah,
and the salad bar, and it had all the
right,
baked potatoes.
right. Yes,
I used to love a
and
Wendy's baked potato. I don't even know if they make them anymore. Do they
I don't
exist?
either. I don't know, but the hamburgers were square.
Yep.
All the
Well, they
hamburgers were
still are.
square.
They still are.
And I worked on the grill and had so much fun because the raw meat's over here, and you work your way down to the meat that's done, and that's what's going on the bun. And just to keep that little chain going was great. One day, this little chubby redhead comes in with a couple of executives, and it's Wendy Thomas.
Oh,
But she was
nice.
kind of older. She was like maybe 30. And
Right.
I'm used to looking at the picture. So I was like, hey, let me get a picture. So yeah, I met Wendy. And then they remodeled the store, and I'm still a college student. So I asked for all the stuff they were going to throw away, all the beads, all the hanging stuff. So
Oh
my
my
whole
gosh.
room was Wendy's look. My whole room looked like Wendy's.
I probably smelled like Wendy's too.
The cork, the cork on the walls. I had the cork on the walls.
What?
Yeah, you
Really?
could buy these little square cork panels and
Like to
little
make bulletin
square
boards out of? Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
and little square mirrors. So I had a diamond shaped mirror and square cork all over the wall. I thought it was cool with the Wendy's little
Mm,
stuff hanging down,
right.
TV in the closet, took the closet doors off. I had a little apartment, my mom's house.
Wendy's chic.
I was chic. Anything to try to get some individuality. I hooked the place up. Couldn't afford anything else. That's when you did all kinds of work. What's the hardest job you ever did that you'll never do again?
Ooh. The hardest working job I ever did was working in a screen printing shop. Man,
Oh,
it was
you had air
so
conditioning.
no, no, no. I mean, yeah, there was air conditioning. The back door was open. That was air conditioning because there's a giant dryer in the middle of the room, and you got to put things through this dryer, and it cures at I don't know 400 degrees or something crazy like that. So, I mean, we had a giant oven, basically a conveyor oven in
In the
the
middle of the room.
middle of the room, and we would. There were two ways that it worked. One way, I was the catcher. And what that meant was I was at the end of the line and I was catching the shirts as they um as they came off the conveyor belt, stacking them in 12s, and if there was
I
a
bet they're
size
hot.
change, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And if there's a size change, then we would our code was we would turn it sideways. So it was like, okay, small, 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 small. Oh, here comes the sideways one. It must be medium. So medium, 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 medium. And you would try to stack them according to size, but never stack more than 12 at a time. Because
Mhm.
later we had to count them all back before we put them in the boxes to make sure that what came in went out, basically. And I also had to, at the same time, look for errors. If there was like a pinhole in the screen, it would let a little bit of ink through and there'd be a dot. And I mean, so not only was I smoking hot in there, sweating like
How old
crazy.
were you?
Uh, I was probably 20 when I worked there,
20?
20
Yeah.
something, 20,
20 is the time to
22.
get sucky jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
20,
But
21.
I was really supposed to be there to do art because I, did graphic art stuff for screen printing or for screen printing through the sporting goods industry. I also worked at the sporting goods store at the same time.
Yeah, I did too. I
S-
worked at Richway, which turned
I was
into
at
Rich.
a place called MVP. It was a privately owned small store, but um, I would work at MVP. And then Donnie was our screen printer. Accent Apparel is the name of his business. He still exists. He's still doing it. Um, and I would leave MVP sometimes with an order for Donnie. Go there. I would walk in the door. I was like, "Do you have any art that needs to be done?" It was either yes or no. Um, Either way, I was gonna end up catching shirts or printing shirts. So
Yeah, you've
we
always been around CAD systems and
oh yeah,
uh,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Well, that's why he wanted me there was because I'm a Corel Draw expert
Yeah,
um
yes, you
for
are.
2D for
Do
2D.
people
So
use Corel Draw anymore?
I still do. Yeah, it still
No,
exists.
you're gonna always do it. It's like, those kind. I don't remember. I didn't learn. Those kinds of things were what was out back when computers first came out.
Mhm.
And I used to think geeks were the ones who knew how to use all that kind of stuff. And I so badly wanted to be one of the geeks, but I just didn't have I didn't have the smarts. I wasn't smart enough. I knew how to
You know,
figure stuff out.
you really have to have an artistic
See,
mind to be able to do it.
it,
Like you have to understand symmetry and geometry and be able to do the math. My camera
very good.
decided to zoom in
That was
on me.
cinematic.
Hi,
That
hello.
was cinematic.
I'm still too close. Come on, shrink up.
I
Thought I
had
had
the
the
I
auto.
had
I
the
thought I had the automation turned off. I guess I
I had
didn't.
the math ability, the science ability, but I was never very creative with I couldn't draw to save my life or
Mm,
express myself creatively that
creatively,
way.
yeah,
And that's what was happening in those early days is those people were not only were they good at computer geekery, but they had that creative ability that I didn't have.
yeah.
So I was on the
Yeah.
outside
I
looking
got.
in.
Did I ever tell you how I got Corel Draw? It was given
You
to me
did
by. It was pirate. It was pirated software.
back in
uh,
the day.
my my
Did
dad
it on a
took me
floppy
along.
disk?
Oh
A
yeah,
floppy disk? Was it on a floppy
yeah.
disk?
It wasn't. It wasn't a 5 1/4. It wasn't a 5 1/2. It was a 3 1/4.
3 and a quarter?
Yeah,
I used to sell those.
somewhere.
I used to sell
Here,
those.
oh, here,
Please
hang on.
tell me you don't have one.
Oh, want to
Please.
bet? Look at this. It's a pencil cup made out of them.
Oh my goodness. I bet you want. Let me tell you.
What's so funny is
You
their labels on the inside. They're like fake labels, and they say like programs like Base Wars, AOL.
I know I have a box of them somewhere. And if I pulled them out and showed them to my kids and said, "Tell me what this
What the
is."
heck is that?
They would have no idea. I'll
No
never forget.
idea.
We were in Denny's. Ryan and I. You know how Ryan's 23, 22 years old. We were in Denny's and going to pay our bill, walking out, and there's a blue box on the wall with little slots. And he was like, "What's
Oh,
that?" You
punch
know what it
card.
is already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or no, it was actually a stamp machine
Oh.
where you could buy stamps.
Oh,
He was
man.
like, "What's
What?
that?"
I haven't
I
seen one of
said,
those
"Those
in
are stamps."
forever.
He said, "Food stamps?" I said, "No,
Postage stamps.
stamps for, yeah, for the mailing a letter." He was like, "So how does that work?" He said, "I just thought you put it in the box." I'm like, "Ryan, you're
What?
scaring me, son."
S
Because I think they only
Seriously?
knew all they know is email. They've never sat down and written letters,
Well,
lick the
you know what? They might actually recognize that shape because it's still the save icon on,
yeah,
programs.
yeah. But he had no idea. He had no I said, I saw this thing on the other day. I said, "Nolan, what does it mean to burn a CD?" I
What?
guess you burn it. And I was like, "No, no, sweetheart, that's not it at all." What are the yellow pages, Nolan?
Some pages that
Is
are
that a
too old, so
is
they
that a
got
is that
yellow.
a band? Is that a boy band? Sounds like a boy band.
Oh,
Oh
man, that's
God, I
hilarious.
feel. But some of the stuff we're doing right now, it's gonna be the same way. It's gonna be gone
Yeah.
out of here. We're never gonna. So one summer, speaking of the tough jobs, one summer, a friend of my family's owned a large sanitation company.
Mm,
And he always rode around in real fancy cars and, suits and all that. I didn't know
right.
what a sanitation company was. I
Mm,
knew I didn't know. I just didn't know. And my mom said one summer, um, you ought to get him a job. Let him work with you one summer during the summer. Because I'm not having him sitting around the house. He was like, "Yeah, I can put him to work." I was thinking, "Yeah, I can make some money. You willing to work, son?" "Absolutely. Beat me here tomorrow at whatever time, whatever." I show up in my fancy tennis shoes and some nice jeans and a
oh,
nice little
no.
button down shirt. And all the guys start showing up. And he goes, "That'll be your truck. And Joe, take good care of him." And the next thing I know, I'm riding on the back of a trash truck. I'm riding on the back, holding on, flying
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah, because there's only a
And
metal handle.
and the guys would jump off this truck would barely stop, and they just run and grab the stuff and lift these big trash cans and toss them in and toss them
Yeah.
back on the side and just keep going. And they drank the whole time. They were
Oh,
drunk the
really?
whole time. All the time they were drunk. And
Hilarious.
I'm like this kid, and the smell is overwhelming me.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I
thinking
bet.
I'm gonna pass out.
That's, like, right in
I
your
did
face
not.
too if you're on the back of that truck.
Yeah, and the trash cans were too heavy, and they stunk, and I would drop it into the truck, and then they would have to stop and go get the trash can out of the truck and
Mm.
then yell and cuss and fuss at me. I was like, "You know what? What time is it?" Because when this bell rings, I went home and I said, "Mama, listen, I don't care how disappointing this is. I'm never going back to that.
Uh-uh.
Ever. Never." "What are you saying?
Mm-mm.
Too good?" I said, "Mom, I'm not saying that. I know one thing. I'm never going back to that. I don't care. I'm never going back to it. It's not a bad thing. So somebody's got to do it. I don't care.
Well, and they get paid well
I
because of it's a hazard pay, basically,
I just
100%.
can't. I got a
That's
weak
a dangerous
stomach.
job. Yeah,
Yeah,
nah.
and I got a weak stomach. I can't. In South Carolina heat, that
Mm-mm.
smell. Oh no,
Mm-mm.
buddy. I'm
Nope.
sick. I was sick. No way. There's no heck no.
My
That was the
nephew
worst
ha
job.
my nephew has an obsession with the garbage truck, like, I don't know if he still does, but he always did when he was young. and he'd go out and wave to the garbage man and be, he just thought it was the coolest thing. And
Yeah.
I would love to see him do that job just one day, because
No.
I can't imagine it. I mean, he's little now, so there's not gonna happen, but one day.
That's the thing when your kids, they would ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And kids would say a fireman or a police
Yeah,
officer. And
yeah,
as a
the hard
fireman, you don't
jobs.
you don't you don't really realize that you're going to be spending 3 days on, 3 days off in the
Oh yeah,
racks with a bunch of guys wearing all that equipment in the middle of the
nah.
night, sweating. And you don't know. You don't know what that means.
Mm-mm.
And I used to say I wanted to be an astronaut, and I didn't know what that meant. Math, college, all of that. I
All
didn't
that.
know.
Yep.
But the one
Have
thing I knew I wanted to do,
Mhm.
and I ended up doing it. I always wanted to be Darren Stevens on Bewitched.
Oh,
Somebody would ask me
well,
what I want to be when I grow up.
he was an
I want
astronaut,
to be
wasn't
Darren.
he? Yeah.
No, that's I Dream of Genie.
Oh, I Dream of Genie. Yeah, that's right.
Darren Stevens was a advertising executive,
Mm.
and somebody would ask, "What did he do?" All I knew is that he got up every morning in a fancy suit. I like that. He got to carry a briefcase. I loved that. He had a secretary. Good morning, Mr. Stevens. Love that. And he got to go play golf during the middle of the day, have lunch with clients, came home,
It
and his wife had a drink ready for him when he got to the house. They drank a lot on that show.
Yeah, yeah,
I, I said, that's what I want to do right there. And it ended up doing it just like that. Account
yeah,
exec, just like that. Mhm.
yeah. About
Never got
20
the drink
about
part
20
out
years
though.
later, but, you know.
Ended up, I never forgot it.
Wow.
Do you ever see the movie Mad Men, the show Mad Men?
I've watched a couple episodes of it, yeah.
That
Yeah.
is exactly what my life was like when I was in television. Exactly.
What? Really?
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. So,
I mean,
sometimes it's hard to imagine, like, I feel like people adopt some sort of a persona when they take a job like that. It's a different world.
it's a
They
different
have
kind
their
of person.
jargon, and and it's like the military too, and you experience
Yeah.
that as well. There's a different kind of culture there that it doesn't jive with the rest of the world. It's just its own thing. And you go
When
in there and you just won't understand it because you just
it's
don't.
a
You're not
click.
part of it.
You don't,
It's a click.
yeah, you're
You
not
got
part
to
of
be
it.
fully immersed.
It was show business
Mm,
for us. It was show business. Um, you think about it. You walk in, when I first started out in radio, you had your radio jocks that were on air and your TV news guys and all of that. You're around them all the time. And whenever you told somebody they ask where you worked and you said, I'm in television, I'm at Fox or CBS,
right.
they're automatically thinking you're on the air
Right.
or
Yeah.
you're
Not
on
everybody that works in television is on television. Almost nobody.
nobody. And you know what? They don't make any money. People think
Right.
those are the guys that make the money. They don't make any money. I
Right.
mean, they're because they don't generate any revenue. The guys who make the
Right.
money are in
Talent.
sales.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
in
yeah. Oh, sales. Yeah.
Go look in the parking lot, see whose cars. That'll
Yeah.
tell you where the money is. So when I was in Charleston, we had this story. I was the only black executive anywhere. And so every year they did this bid for Bachelor, this real highfalutin women's group. I don't remember maybe the Daughters of the Confederacy or something. They were real highfalutin. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Just like that. And they would pick the top 20 most eligible bachelors in all of Charleston, doctors, attorneys, young eligible bachelors, and they do a whole spread on them in the newspaper, and basically, so it didn't look like they were selling you. You would, if you agreed to be if you would agree to be one of their bachelors,
Oh no.
you would put together a date package. So if whoever buys me, here's our date package, and that's what they would. That's what they were bidding on, is the
They're
date
bidding on the
package.
date package, but you were going to
Yeah,
be there.
and I'm just a guy. Well, what they didn't know was I'm a sales guy.
Right.
So I would go to Savannah and say, um, I need a room for 3 nights. I need this, that, and the other. We'll talk about it on the air. Ah, sure. We'll do it. Bid for Bachelor? Absolutely. I had helicopter rides. My date package was
Oh,
unbelievable.
primo.
Unbelievable. So, and then plus you're in TV, and back then you had trade. You know how many nice restaurants there are in Charleston? 5-star restaurants everywhere.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to get Magnolias to advertise with us, they would do
Mhm.
$1,000 in cash and $1,000 in trade. And the trade would be for us as account execs to use to entertain our clients, ostensibly.
Like
So we would go,
like a comp kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd go to
Got it.
Magnolias and have dinner. Nobody knows who I'm bringing. I'm bringing my date is who I'm bringing. And at the end of dinner, I leave my business card and a 20% tip. And that's it. You could eat
Yeah.
anywhere. So we were eating high on the hog. My date package was worth thousands and thousands of dollars, but it didn't cost
Right.
anybody anything. And I get up there in my black tie on that stage, and the easel is up next to it with all of the date package. I think I'm gonna be
Most
high
eligible
dollar.
bachelor, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be high dollar. I won't ever do that again. So we're gonna start the bidding on Henry at $200. $200, but that's what they did with everybody. 200. We have 200. 200 over there? No. 150. 150. Do we have 150?
Aw.
It's a great date package. And they start reading off date package. I'm standing there on the stage, wilting,
Oh, I'm sure.
right?
Humiliated.
And for a minute, and then from the back of the room, I hear $2,000. And somebody goes, $2,000? And I can't see them. It's $2,000. And sold for $2,000. Top guy all night long. Top number one.
Okay.
So after the thing, you have to go meet whomever it was. It could be some old lady, this is all charitable stuff and whatever.
Right.
This is people with money. And it's a reasonably young black neurosurgeon.
Oh.
A woman who had just moved
Yeah.
in from Maryland or somewhere. She rescued me and made it a point. And I was like, well, thank you. I think this money is going to go help the children. It's going to be all right. She's like, shut up. She goes, I saw you melting up there. I just wasn't going to have it. I was like, well, thank you for that too. And then so we have to, schedule our date to do all this stuff. And she said, I've got to go back to Maryland. You can find some young lady to go do all that stuff with. It's good to meet you. And took off.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never saw her again.
Wow.
Way to go, Henry. You got $2,000. Way to go. I was like, yeah, when you got it, you got it.
Even though you knew you did not have it.
When in fact, she was rescuing me.
Wow.
And and gave a lot of money to charity, and it was something to
Right.
remember. It was
Right.
nice.
Yeah, I've never been in one of those situations like I've always thought about like what would happen if I was in that, because I'm not like the coolest, or the
No.
best looking or whatever. I'm normal. And I mean, do I have some fun talents and do I have a good time? Yes, I do. But
Ask your wife. She bought you.
eventually
She fell for it.
she she thought I was the total package, I guess. Sorry, Heather. No, I'm just kidding.
Man.
Nah. No, no, like I was never one of those cool guys. Never
Yeah.
was. I mean, I
And
was
it's
even the lead
not
singer of rock bands and all that. Hey, most of those rock band guys are actually total nerds.
total
Almost all of them.
nerds, man.
Almost
All
all
of
of
them.
them. Because you have to
All
be to
so do
it's
the
like
so the on-air people are like that.
you got to be into math and, really obsessed with like precision and stuff like that to
Frequencies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
On-air guys are a lot like that. They are on when the TV lights are on. But
Mhm.
if you try to have a conversation behind the scenes, they're kind of awkward.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, spending that kind when you're in a small market, like when I started out, um, if you sell advertising to the furniture store down the street, there's no talent to go do the commercial. And you as the sales guy who closed the deal, if you want to get paid, you need to make sure that commercial gets on air. And so who's
Look what
going to do
Heather
the
said.
production?
Look what Heather
So
said. I
which
think I'll keep you.
so you end up doing a lot of the commercials for your clients. You end
Right.
up going, here at John Blow's Furniture Barn, you end up doing that to save the client money so that you will get your money. The next
Right.
thing you know, the next thing you know, and you're in this is in a small market like Charleston. You're in line at the grocery store, especially after Bid for Bachelors, because that was a big deal. Aren't you that guy? Aren't you? I know you. Aren't you? And there was what Rallies is? This little restaurant called a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
hamburger joint called Rallies.
Yeah,
They first
rallies and
came
checkers are the same
same
thing.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was one of my accounts, and we were doing the drive through thing, and they wanted to do it on a motorcycle. Well, I didn't ride a motorcycle. They had this huge Harley out there.
No motorcycle
So
for me either, bud.
I end up putting on the suit, sit on the Harley, and the camera comes from the inside of the restaurant window. Can we help you, sir? And it's just shining on me, and I'm taking my
Right.
helmet off, saying, giving my order.
I can
They
hardly even
must have.
imagine you on a motorcycle.
I didn't have to drive it. I didn't have to drive it. I just
That's
had to
good.
act
That's
like I was
good.
driving it.
Right.
And that commercial must have run for 3 years. Every time I turned around, there it is. Me on that dang motorcycle.
Yeah.
And so people think they want to be famous. It's
Yeah.
not really famous, it's being recognized. Because you can't really do anything.
Oh, it's happened to me a
Hey,
couple of times.
I know that guy over there and that guy on that motorcycle.
Yeah.
Everywhere
Yeah,
you
no,
go.
it's happened to me not that long ago. Like you just run into people and like, you look really familiar. Do I know
Mhm.
you? And I'm like, yeah, maybe we know some of the
But you
same
don't know who
people,
they are.
that kind of thing. And then no, I have no idea who they are. And it happened recently. A scout actually said, um, he said, I feel like I know you. Like I've seen you before, and it wasn't here. And I'm like, well, I'm around a lot. He's like, no, it wasn't here. It's, are you on YouTube? And I said,
There
I
you
said,
go.
I am. I said, I said, I'm Chef Dave Palmer on YouTube. And he said, I watched your video. And
Yeah.
I said, let me guess which one. Southern chicken and dumplings. He said, that's
That's
exactly the
your
one I watched.
that's your
That's
big
my
one.
no,
That's your big
that's
one.
the number one video.
See, you have a recognizable personality, and you don't mind standing in front of the camera. I did enough of that. I don't want to do that.
No. And I'm myself too. So like if you see me in one video, it's pretty much the same as you see me in other videos because I'm
You're
just
Dave.
myself. Yeah, I'm Dave.
So
Okay, everybody. I hope we just picked up where we left off because we
are we
lost our
back?
feed unexpectedly. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, this yeah, I just never wanted. You ever talk to somebody on the phone two or three, four times, and then you develop a picture in your head
Of what they
of
look
who you're
like.
talking to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you meet them, and it's nothing like that.
Nah. Yeah. Yep.
It's a
I thought you'd
this is
be
a
taller, that
psychological.
kind of thing.
It's a psychological phenomenon. You will always create a better visual of a person than they will present to you, given
Right.
the opportunity.
Like
Given
an
the
avatar.
opportunity,
Yeah.
you will
Sure.
always. So if I did my hands only in bread, there are thousands of people out there who know who Henry is, but they don't know
Mm,
who Henry is. So in
right.
their head, they have a picture of who Henry is and all of that. I'd rather that because I don't want to disappoint you. The picture you paint is going to be better than this guy.
Not here. Whatever I am, I am. They all know.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you've seen
I'm at the
me,
age.
you know who I am.
I've since the academy, um, I turned over a new leaf. But baking great bread at home was kind of, I was really kind of pretentious and just kind of hid. But in the academy, it's like, okay, we're all family. Let's all wear shorts
Yeah.
and just let's get it done. And
Isn't it freeing? Isn't it
it is.
liberating?
It is. It really is.
People, that's the thing. Is like, okay, this happened to me in high school. Like I transferred to a brand new high school. It was literally just built the right before my junior year. And so I transferred in just like everybody else. And I realized, hey, none of these people know me. So I'm
Mhm.
just going to try to, you know,
You can be
I'm
the
just
cool kid from day one.
going to be myself. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I reinvented myself. And so I just reinvented myself. I was like, these people are going to like me for who I am or just not going to like me. Well, it turns out
That's
they really liked
exactly.
who I am, just the way that I am.
When I was before the academy, before January 3rd, I would build something or create something digital and put it out, and it would just get crickets. And I was working on the recipe pantry. I'd put it out, crickets, or do a video teaching on some aspect of baking, nothing. And then there was this mentality that if AI was involved in it at all, they would discount the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I would
Yeah.
say, and for me, I have something I want to communicate to you, but I'm not very good with my crayons. And these crayons are better. It's still me. It's still mine. And Milana was saying the other day, I had written I had written this blog post that she read or some piece that she had read. And she
Mhm.
said, "Did you write that or did ChatGPT write that?" I said, "Here's a perfect example. How many movies or shows have you watched?" And the guy goes, "Hey, Susie, come in here, take a letter. And she runs in with her steno pad and sits in front of him. And he just
Steno
sits
pad
back in his chair and he just talks
dictates.
about dictates and just talks.
Yeah.
She's not writing down every word he's saying. She's
No.
capturing what he wants to say, understanding who he is.
If she's
She'll
got a
run back
steno
out.
pad, she probably wrote it in shorthand too.
Exactly. Goes back out, types it up, comes back in. How do you like this, boss? Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's change the tone on that. Or, yeah, let's do that. And he'll sign it and it'll go. This is absolutely no different, is it?
No. It's just a machine instead of a person.
Absolutely.
It's a machine with some personality, kind of.
It's not as much as that secretary that would come in and sit in front of your desk.
No.
But it's okay. It works.
Yeah. I don't have any feelings about Claude or GPT or whatever.
No. We'll go in the mornings. I do what I call my morning brief, and I'll go through the community and I'll kind of take their pulse. And is everybody talking about wholemeal flour? Is there a bunch of conversation about this or that? There's 7 people talking about this. If there's 7 people talking about this, about bulk fermentation, that means there's 50 people who have the same question who haven't said anything. So I'll go away for a couple of hours, go through my blog posts, go through old videos, and pull together everything I have on bulk fermentation, put together something that looks nice now that I've got decent equipment.
Yeah.
Come back and put something out. And that serves the greater good, right? And that serves more people.
Yeah.
So when I started this academy, one of my friends, a client, I told him this morning. You know who it is too. He said, Henry, I just don't think there's a place for that in bread baking. Bread baking is rustic and homey. I just don't think there's a place for it.
Yeah, the actual execution is.
Man, I sat here at my desk and second guessed myself for a day and a half. Maybe he's right. He's a bigwig. He's got millions of followers. What do I know? Exactly what I did.
Are you not going to use oil because you don't have any butter? I mean, come on, man.
So anyway, I changed my mind.
And if that oil's in a can, is that bad? Is that not okay?
Did it anyway. Did it anyway. And because my focus is on the academy and one of the reasons we did this was to help you get monetized so we could do more to help people and put you in a situation where you could help with that. Because YouTube wasn't a thing for me.
It is a thing for you. It's not a thing for me, apparently.
Well, it wasn't a thing for me.
It wasn't for the academy.
If I did something, I would put it on YouTube only so I would have a shareable link.
That's how it started for me too. I was not focused on YouTube at all.
And I have all kinds of trash on YouTube. I used to until the academy comes along, and then I started producing a lot of content.
Southern chicken and dumplings. I just made that crap. That was okay.
Listen,
I shouldn't tell all the secrets, but no joke. That was the first time I ever did it. That's the first time I ever made it.
Is it embarrassing?
No, absolutely not. Because I did great. I was like, yeah, I nailed great grandma's chicken and dumplings recipe the first go. My mom, no joke. I was in the Publix parking lot on the phone with my mom, and I said, Mom, I've seen you make this a million times, but I have no idea what the recipe is. And I wrote it down on like a napkin or something in the parking lot because I was like, I know there's something I'm missing, right? And it was Crisco.
But
dumplings. Well, and I asked her, I was like, "I got so much bacon grease. Can I just use bacon grease?" She's like, "You could try that, but I don't know if that's gonna work." Like
Mm-mm.
Crisco. And I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll just go buy some Crisco." And um, that's exactly what I did. And I made the recipe and it turned out perfect. And it
And
was
people,
just dumb luck. Just
but
absolute
people
dumb
tried
luck.
it, didn't they? People tried it,
Oh,
and that's what get
yeah.
them.
They're like, "This is just like my grandma's." I was like, "Yeah,
See,
because it was my grandma's recipe. I didn't make any of this up. This was all
as
great grandmother's recipe."
as hard as I work now to put the right stuff on YouTube, the
Mhm.
number one YouTube video on my channel is a video with me in a stupid French hat in my kitchen talking about how to store or freeze your bread.
What?
It is horrible.
How to freeze your bread?
How do you freeze your bread? And I pull
Put it in a
bread out of the
dang bag
freezer.
and throw it in there.
I pull it out of the freezer. This one has been in there 6 months, and this one I just took out a little bit ago, and I cut into it
Ooh.
and show it to people, and I mean, it's decent information, but it's embarrassing,
Do you like my
and
hats? Oh.
it's still way up there because it's been out so long. But here's the thing, you guys, if you're in the academy, and if you're not in the academy, come. This is my invitation to you to join us, please. Just find us on school at Crust and Crumb Academy. It's amazing. We're having a blast.
Oh, they
Last
don't even
week when
have
we
to
were
find you.
here,
Look at this. Ready? Du- 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 du. Oh, you click too
here,
fast. You snap too
there
quick.
it
There you
is.
go.
Scan the QR
Ah.
code. Find Crust and Crumb Academy is where bakers don't come here to get likes. Bakers come to the academy to get better. And
And they
we're
do.
not
Results are proven.
they really do. Instagram is all about look
Mhm.
how pretty my stuff is, look how pretty this is, and aren't I an excellent uh,
Hey,
uh
that's my number one platform.
yeah,
Shh.
well, you're not showing bread either.
Yes, I am.
But these guys, it's some of it is some of it is unattainable unless
It
you do
is.
that
It is.
all the time.
Right.
My bakers are baking Saturday mornings, feeding their family, just they
Are they
may or
making
may
bread
not
like
have a
this?
lame. See, yes, that's a nice sandwich bread. See,
Thank you. Thank you. I put
but
that on
it's
Instagram just so you know.
how many times on Instagram do you see a beat up, busted out,
Oh,
blown out loaf of bread?
nah,
You'll
ain't
see that in
happening.
the academy. I want to see that in the academy
And that's that.
because
It serves its purpose. It serves its purpose.
well, if
Don't get
if
me wrong.
she's got a blown out loaf of bread,
Somebody else does too.
then a lot of people have a blown out loaf of bread, and it
Yeah,
gives
yeah,
me a
sure.
chance to say, June, do you know why that happened? And she's like, no, it happens from time to time. And I go, well, let's talk about it. And so now I'm explaining it, and all of these people are going, huh, I didn't know that. That happens to me all the time.
Right.
Whereas on Instagram, you will never see that.
No.
And on Facebook and other platforms, you post bread, you post your pictures or whatever it is, and you're constantly checking how many likes did I get? How many hearts did I get? Or
That's
um,
true.
hey Jim, even when the bread looks like crap, well, at least you could eat it and it doesn't look that bad.
Right.
Listen, somebody, in order for you to get better, somebody needs to say, Jim, listen, what are you doing? How'd that happen? We talked about this. Okay, let's just okay. Love ya. Start
Sounds
over,
just
okay?
like you, Henry. Like
We need to talk about this because that's not right. What did you do? And I see it all the time. I'm on my third stretch and fold, and it looks like silly putty. I'm like, Joanne, Joanne. You know I love you, Joanne. Joanne, what is that? That's my this, that, and the other. Joanne, listen, we need to start over because I know exactly what's going on here, and it's not because you didn't pay attention. You
Right.
want to get better. You want to get better. Here's how we're going to do that, and we can save this. But you got to listen to me, and it's not because I know everything. I know how to fix that, and if you can fix that, then you can get better. Yeah, and we don't need to. So all of those lessons have to go somewhere. So I stick them on YouTube. The same people that said this isn't for bread. Bread is rustic. Bread is not a technology thing. Same people that made me second guess
How?
myself. I looked at last week when we were here, we looked at my Forrest Gump relationship with YouTube. I had
Mhm.
like 2,300 followers. 2,300. And you and
I have
I,
like
they gotta talk
five.
about,
I have like 500, so I don't want to
but
hear about that. But anyway,
yeah, but yeah, I know, but I don't know how that happened. But you and I talk about monetization. If you get to a certain level, you got to have certain amount of views, and
right,
it's
right.
really for guys like you and me, it's unattainable. It's kind of a year off if you work hard. So I never really thought about it again until my fermentation video set started hitting a week ago,
Hmm.
and the next thing I know, because and you're the one that told me about YouTube community. Like I never even knew about YouTube posts
Oh yeah, nah,
and people comment on your YouTube videos
they do.
and you should
Yes.
answer those.
Oh
I didn't
yeah, of
know that.
course. Come
I didn't
on,
know that.
Henry, really?
I'm so busy on Facebook and the Academy that YouTube meant nothing to me in that regard. Why would I know? Nobody was watching my videos. Nobody was commenting.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, apparently they were.
I've seen your stats.
Well, in 2 weeks, we went from 2,300 subscribers to 3,700 subscribers a couple of days ago to 40 to 4,200 subscribe 4,027 or 4,207, something somewhere in there today. And this morning, you and I were talking, and I was like, well, I don't know when yeah, I don't know about monetization. I just don't know. And then that's when the monetization little button came up.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody,
You're
the
close.
guy, the one that, well, I qualify.
Yeah. Well,
The
you
the
qualify for one version of monetization, the first
I don't know what
version.
that means.
Uh,
Okay,
don't worry about it. Anyway, go ahead.
so somebody is getting something from it.
You think? Yeah. Yeah,
Somebody
absolutely.
is getting something from it. So it's not a matter of you can't listen to other people. You got to kind of do what you got to do.
Yeah. 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 Don't worry about what other people have to say about that. As long as they're not saying, "Hey, you're doing a great job," and congratulations.
Blowing smoke up your
That's
mind.
all I've got to say to you. You're doing a great job.
Well,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Here's to
Um,
you.
I went into this summit a couple days ago, and one of the guys is from England, and
Summit. Summit for what?
it's for school owners.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was a presentation by other school owners to how you can grow your school or whatever,
Okay.
and it was a guy who grows small YouTube channels into monetized YouTube channels. And I thought we had
Mhm.
just had this monetized conversation. Let me just
Right.
see. And so I felt like I was in an auditorium. I was there. They don't know I'm there. I'm just sitting in there, kind of listening. My face is not even on the screen.
Okay.
After the show, I sent one of the presenters a note saying, "Hey, Des, good job. You did. I thought that was interesting. Good job." He sends us a note back. "I've been following your group for a while now. I joined you a few weeks ago. What you guys are doing is incredible. Da 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 da." He sends me a video. He's actually on my YouTube channel
Oh.
critiquing it. Then I get a message that he has done this whole class for his group all about Crust and Crumb Academy's YouTube channel.
Huh.
We're all
No
over his
kidding.
page. All over his page, top pin.
Wait, is this a setup? Is this like he's trying to
It's genuine. No.
wow.
The stuff that he's teaching that you would normally pay for, his point is we are doing that. And he and I have never really met.
Right.
And here's an example of what happens if you do what he says to do, because this guy is doing it apparently, and it's working. Look. And so they're all busting in my DMs. So tell me how you're doing it.
That's where you got all the subscribers.
Yeah. This happened today.
That's awesome.
So today, we got
take
a lot of
however you can get it. Take it.
And they're coming in going, hey, we do these baking shows in Chicago. Would you be interested in da, 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 da? I'm like, I gotta bake along this weekend. No.
What?
I can't keep up. I didn't say no.
Get your butt on an airplane. Let's go.
Right now.
Bring me with you.
It's just
I want to go.
I'll let you. How about you do it?
Oh, ooh. I could do it. Well, not this weekend.
Could.
Not this weekend.
Brian's got a track meet this weekend too. So why do you think I'm baking today? And my DMs are full. I've got.
Okay.
And it's not
all right. So this is an interesting development. Like, we haven't talked about this at all, people. So you're listening to a live conversation about what might really happen.
Dave can be
absolutely Henry. Do it. Well, no, I don't have to be Henry.
Yeah, you could.
I'm just your delegate.
They don't know you.
I'm your delegate. I know that, but there's no way. I will never call myself Henry. There's no way. I'll be like,
call yourself
Chef Dave Palmer, blah, blah, blah. Would you say Henri?
Henri.
Henri, I need your French hat.
Oh God, that hat. But
no, seriously, like this is one of those things where, like, you could literally send anybody. You could send me, and you could say, Dave is my delegate from the Crust and Crumb Academy.
We are, because it comes from Crust and Crumb Academy. It doesn't have to be me.
Yeah, I mean, I have a course on your Crust and Crumb Academy, so
yes,
what's the difference?
I agree with that. 100%.
Or we could go together. How fun would that be?
That would be fun.
We could go live in Chicago or wherever. We could go live together.
One of my members last week posted, and I happened to see it. She said, Henry, the cinnamon roll babka recipe is not working. I must have ran 3 stoplights trying to get back here to fix that for her. That's where I'm That's what I'm happiest doing.
I know.
That's what I'm happiest doing.
Yeah, man. But like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be the guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy.
And
I don't mind being their guy.
And if we went together, this Henry, the one right here, that one would come out. I guarantee it. Because you feed off of my energy. I know that. And because You said
and I need
you
you.
wouldn't be doing this normally.
See, I need the guy to tell me you're full of crap. That's not gonna work. I desperately need that.
Well,
Um,
I do that. I will do
but
that.
I also need the guy that goes, um, "Man, go do it, go do it."
Yeah, I'm also
'Cause
that
I
guy.
Yeah, you really are, and I appreciate it. Because half the stuff I do, is because I'm ADHD and I need some direction. But, and
You
plus
got this, man.
I'm real competitive.
Hmm.
So, according to school, if you are a community on school and you're growing by 3 to 8 new members a week, you are an elite school. You're
3
doing
to 8,
very well.
and you're
3
growing by,
to
like,
8 new
20.
members a week. Huh?
You're growing by, like, 20 a week.
I'm growing by 57 a week.
57? Dude.
We've been
Wow.
around 14 and a half months and we hit 700 members today. Do the math.
I saw it you when you sent me that graphic, I was like, "Holy crap, 700." That's impressive, man. And you know why they're coming. Because
Yeah, because they got
you're legit, you're genuine,
yeah,
and they have
don't do that.
no,
So,
no, it's
here's the
true,
other
it's true, it's true.
okay,
The reason
okay,
why is because you are genuine and you're giving real information. You're not trying to sell them some crap.
yeah, I'm not trying to
'Cause
sell them anything.
we talked about this, like, people come up with these, like, "Oh my gosh, you must do 10 coil folds at
Come into my
60
funnel and
65 degrees at, turn them each 45 degrees and flip them, halfway, but not all the way, because if you go all the way, then,
yes,
you're going
you
to
mess up
ruin
the
it all
enzymatic
together.
activity.
It's ruined. You'll never do it
God,
right." Yeah.
I have
Yeah. You don't do any of that crap. It's
because
just
we're getting so
real.
much attention now, we're getting a lot of attention.
Oh,
And
yeah.
here's what I hear. Here's what because we're on the front page now. Here's what I hear.
Yeah.
Um, so what's your MRR? What's your monthly reoccurring revenue? How much are you charging to get in there? I'm like, I'm not charging anything.
Nothing.
And they just simply can't believe it. And man, I just will never charge for bread. Now, there may be some other things that I could come up with that are charge worthy, but I'm not going to charge to teach somebody how to make a loaf of bread ever, never.
And
That's not
Cheryl
that's not going to happen.
says, "I think it's because he's approachable." And that is correct. That is correct.
Cheryl, tell the truth, because I'm nuts.
No, no, come on.
Here's another
Cheryl
stat.
knows you as well as I do.
Here's
Cheryl,
another
you're
stat.
right. You're right.
On school, if you have an engagement rate is what percentage of your community is actively liking, commenting, interacting with your content on your page, meeting other people, doing the whole thing.
Right.
Um, on Facebook, average engagement rate is 0.8% to 1%.
Are you talking
On
about across
school,
the board or for baking great bread at home?
no, for baking great bread at home, it's much higher. It's like 8%.
Right, right,
But across the board, social media across the board is about a 0.8 to a 1%. School
right.
is a little bit higher than that. If you're a paid
Well, people
community,
are paid, yeah.
if you're a paid community, chances are people are going to be more engaged because they paid to be in there.
Right, right.
And if you are an elite school, your engagement rate between 2 and 3%, you're elite. What's our engagement rate, do you think? I'm looking at it.
Ah, you
2 to
never want
3%.
me to guess
No, yeah, I
numbers.
don't mind you guessing this one. 2 to 3% is elite.
You're like 20%, 12%, 12%. I guess too high. I know it. I can't see it's backwards. It's backwards. Just tell me. Oh, there goes
50,
the
56%.
56.
56% engagement rate.
That is insane.
It's
Dude,
absolutely insane.
my engagement rate on Instagram is like 11 or 12, and that's high.
Huge, huge. Anything above 2%, you're high.
50?
50.
50%?
It was 62 for 3 weeks. And the fact that
Wow.
it dropped to 56 concerned me, but it's in the middle of the week. You wait till we
Oh
hit the
my
weekend
gosh.
with the bake along, it's gonna go the biggest bake along we've ever had, was 24 members.
Yeah.
Yeah, and normally I do a poll. They don't more people show up than actually participate in the poll. 24 members
Sure.
generated over 14 over 14,000, not 14,000. Was it 14,000? No, 7,000 interactions and comments and everything. 7,000 because I do a
Right.
recap every Sunday. Guess how many are supposed to be in this bake along? Just based on the poll, which is always wrong by about half.
I don't
Right
know.
now, the poll is saying
50?
56 bakers.
Excuse me.
So that is going to do something for engagement. And notice, school has a magazine called School Magazine. And they approached us a couple of weeks ago about an article for their magazine, something that maybe how we could talk about what we do, maybe it could help other school owners do things better, whatever. And I talked about what I consider the Ed Sullivan approach. And Ed Sullivan had the biggest TV show in the
Yeah,
50s
yeah,
and 60s.
yeah. We've
Huge.
talked about this before.
We talked about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So the magazine comes out. The rough draft comes out yesterday.
Okay.
Crust and Crumb Academy's article is center of the magazine, dead center, 3 pages.
Nice. Nice. Hey, that you deserve it. You're the centerfold.
But
Henry
see, it's
is the
not.
centerfold.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing that's
Na,
hard to
na,
deal
na,
with
na,
because
na.
it's not me. Yeah, I'm standing up front, so a lot of that's going to hit me and all that. But I could be up here all day long and nothing would be worth it if it wasn't for Colleen and Tracy and Sandy and
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the
Donna and
community.
Denise
It's
and
a community
Pat,
thing for sure.
because that's where the engagement is.
Right. Right.
We did a I want everybody to introduce themselves, even if you've been here for a long time. Tell us a little bit about yourself because our little interactions in the chat is not sufficient. That's just, oh, that looks nice. Oh, I love that. I mean, that's nice, but that's not who I want to know who you are.
Right. Right.
And I thought we'd have a couple of hundred, maybe, comments. By the end of the day, it was over 400. Now now you're doing something.
Yeah.
Now you're developing a family, a culture.
You have. Yeah. Sure.
I know how to build culture. You just have to get out of their way. You have to shine the light on them because there's some talented people. We had some new people join today. I can't wait to put them to work.
Well, you've done that at baking great bread at home. You've done that. You've just done it again. I mean, this is what you do, Henry.
Yeah, baking great bread at home was a lot of failure. This is easy.
Well, it is because you did baking great bread at home.
That's exactly
for how many years? I mean, 7 years ish.
Yeah.
So of course,
what I learned though is like Tracy will come in with a beautiful bake. Colleen or Candy will come in with a beautiful bake, and I'll go, Candy, can you help that person? Candy's like, absolutely. Then get the heck out of the way and don't come behind her and Bigfoot, her explanation of what to do.
Right. Exactly. Encourage. You
Isn't it
don't have to outshine.
I want more of that.
Right.
More and more of that. We're going to build something really special. It's crazy right now.
You just said it. It's a we are going to build something very special.
Yes.
Not
We.
I'm going to build something very
I am
special.
not. I can't do it. Remember when we started this? I told you.
I do.
I said I want school to notice.
They did. They did. That
Yeah.
Henry, man, you
Don't
understand
start. No, it's not
community.
me.
You
Yeah, I
understand
do.
community. And so you're the community organizer. You're Obama.
Yes, it's Obama. Yes, we can.
Yeah, there you go. That's you.
Yeah. Somebody's got to hold a bullhorn, but it's the movement. It's the movement.
Right.
Yolanda says, I can't believe that many people are interested in bread.
Yeah.
I said, honey, you know what? They don't have to be interested in bread to be a part of this group. It's a culture that that I want them to be a part of.
I mean, I don't bake that often. I show bread and everybody's just like, oh, where can I buy your bread? Because people
get that a lot.
Want bread. That's all there is to it. People just love bread. They love it. They want it. They are
what is it?
ready.
What is it about it?
Because
though?
they don't
you
want
know
to
this to be true.
They want us to
You know this to be true though. When somebody gets started with bread or sourdough,
right,
there's a real good chance they're going to obsess about it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because it's science. You have to obsess over it or you will not get it. You can't casually approach bread. You can't.
It gets in your skin.
You've got to be serious about bread.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me. Even like when I made my first loaf. It was okay.
You make beautiful sandwich bread. I don't understand why we don't have you doing more of those in the group. You make beautiful sandwich bread.
Thank you. But I'm talking about 25 years ago when I first bought a recipe book and I was like, oh, hey, there's a recipe for bread. Let's make some bread. I've never made bread before. I've never even seen anybody make bread before. So
why would I make bread? It comes in a bag.
No. I wanted to do it. I was like, ooh, I want to know how to do that because I'm a scientific mind. I'm a creative, science guy. So when I was like, ooh, I can make bread at home, I also was like, ooh, I can impress girls.
That's it.
Absolutely my motivator back 25 years ago. And my wife, Heather, who is in the chat right now, will tell you that she is still impressed.
She fell for it.
She's still impressed. Well, wouldn't
Heather,
you?
Don't tell her you fell for that sandwich bread guy.
I don't even know. I don't even know the first time I made pizza or a pizza. It was probably pizza. But by that time, it was 20 something years. Maybe not 20 years at that point. Our anniversary is coming up. Our anniversary is next week.
How many years?
Thursday will be 15 years.
Try again.
Oh.
This is that new 17. Sometimes she just comes out of nowhere for no reason. If I summon her, I can't get her.
15 years. Next Thursday, I think, is the 16th.
What anniversary is that?
The day after 15. 15.
No. What is it? Know. Is it like diamond or mud?
No, that's like 50. Emerald? It might be mud. It must be mud.
Must be mud.
It's the pizza anniversary. I don't
That's
know.
what you convinced them of. Hey, honey, Did you know
It's
it's the
it's the
mud
pizza. It's the
anniversary?
pizza anniversary.
I plan to get you some mud.
Let's go get some
Mud was
pizza.
mud was
Pizza's much better than
valuable back in
mud.
Mesopotamia.
Oh,
The people
come
of
on, Henry.
Mesopotamia, I know,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Look,
Nah.
that's
Nice
why I'm in
try.
the
Nice
situation
try.
I'm in.
Heather said in the chat that pizza was the first kind of bread that I made for her, which makes sense because I think I actually went back to Atlanta to retrieve my pizza stones that were like in trash bags. I don't know how that
How many
happened.
pizza stones do you have?
I don't use pizza stones anymore. I use pizza
You know?
steel. No, I don't use
Well,
a stone
that's what I
anymore.
meant. Same thing. It's not the same
Yeah,
thing. I have
it is not the
I have
same
a
thing. Not at all.
I have a stone in the bottom shelf of my oven. And if I do an open bake, I do it on a steel, but it's on the next rack. I just keep the
Mhm.
stone in there as a load, as a heat sink.
I do the same thing with the steel. The steel is always in my oven, and when I make like lasagna, I put the lasagna underneath the
On the
steel, under, not on top of, under, because
under the
it
steel on
acts.
the stone?
No stone, no stone. I got no stone. Stone's gone. My stone cracked, and I was like, never mind, bye.
I've had that
And
happen.
so I actually bought a custom steel. I have an extra big oven,
I
and
know.
so I
You
bought
had somebody made you a big steel, didn't they?
yes, a guy in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I ordered it through him and had him custom make it's like 1/4 inch steel or something, 1/4 inch hat, 3/8 steel, and 3/8, it's 3/8. Um, and based on my oven, he helped me choose the right thickness. So it kind of acts like a battery, and it's, it
What
heats
do you
up.
mean? It's a heat sink, right? So it holds the heat for you.
It's not a heat sink because it's more like a heat battery. So
Yeah, that's
as
kind of what I'm
as it heats
describing.
up, it keeps normally in an oven the temperature swings like this. Well, with the steel,
Yes.
it's more like this.
Right.
It's a little more even keel. But if you want to have the best browning on the top of like a lasagna or a casserole, put
Put
it
it under the steel.
under the steel. Put the steel up top and put it under the steel. And what it does is it sort of shields
Why?
it from the direct heat,
Yeah. That's exactly what it
but
does.
it radiates that heat down evenly, and you'll have
Hmm.
beautiful golden brown, even browning no matter what. And the same thing will work for pizza actually. If you So when I make pizza,
I can't get my
I bring the steel down one, okay, from the top, and then I slide the pizza in underneath it for 4 minutes. Then I put it on on an aluminum grid. There we go again. I held my hands like.
summoned your
Anyway, sorry.
camera.
Summon my camera. Try this. There we go. Okay. So you put it
Oh,
on
remind me to
the
tell you something. Remind me to tell you something.
you put it on a pizza grid. Basically, it's a round aluminum pan. I'm gonna keep my hands down. I'm not gonna talk with them. It's a round pizza pan that's made of aluminum, and it's got a grid pattern on it like a mesh. And they use them at like pizza restaurants. You throw them through the conveyor oven on the pizza grid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what you call that actually. Anyway, so I put it underneath on the grid at first. Bottom gets a little crisp from the bottom, but the top gets nice even melting from the pizza steel, which is right above it. And then after 4 minutes, I take it off of the grid, the aluminum pan with a pizza peel, and I put it directly on the steel, and then
On
it
the
gets
steel because
the
it's
nice
hard.
crisp. bottom.
That's too much
And
work.
it puts it a little bit closer to the heat as well. So you get a little bit of char. And then 4 minutes later, done. Pizza
That's too
screen.
much work. I ain't doing it.
Cheryl said pizza scream, but pizza screen is the word that I was looking for. Do you want to know where I learned
Do we have
about
any?
pizza screens?
Where?
You're gonna laugh. CC's Pizza.
Oh, please, man. If I never go into another CC's Pizza, it'll be much too soon.
Yeah. But that's how I learned about them. I was like, oh, that's what they use at CC's. It sure is.
Do we have anybody in here? I want to
Yeah.
give something away.
Okay.
All right. I just sent it to you on Facebook.
Oh, okay. All right. I see that.
I built
Yep.
this today. I built this today.
Okay.
Things on Instagram, on YouTube, Instagram, and the group are really focused on bulk fermentation right now.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I want to make it easier for people to understand. So I
Okay.
built this tool that you can use and just answer simple questions about where your dough is on a sliding scale. Like,
Okay.
where's my dough temperature here? Is it here? And it'll tell you.
Okay.
Are you in the window for your bulk to be done? It takes a minute to get used to it. I want somebody to just play with it and tell me how I can make it better, whether or not it's a waste of time. But it's a very valuable piece of equipment should you decide to use it. And I want to give that to whomever wants it. So if you have an interest in improving your bulk fermentation, comment bulk fermentation calendar or bulk fermentation in the comments, and I'll send you a copy. I'll send you one. It's digital and belongs to you.
All right.
Free of charge.
How about we just give it to everybody who happens to still be here? Would you be good with that?
Yes, I'd like everybody to have it.
How
as long
about
as
that?
you promise
Look
to
at
give me
there.
feedback on it. As long as
There
you
it
promise
is.
to give me feedback.
Okay.
Can we open it? Can you open it and show it to people? We'll show it, see what it looks like.
I can. Let's see. Let me do a screen share here. I should be able to do that. All right. The fermentation compass. All right. Let's share it. All right. Let me switch the view to this.
You don't have to have me up there.
Well, yeah, I kind of do. All right. So
now there you go.
There it is. And
so at the top, see that big yellow button right there at the top? That tells you you are in the zone right there. Your bulk fermentation is doing exactly what you want to do. Set your first reading. So if you scroll down, it asks you what your hydration you're working with, what your leaven percentage is, what kind of flour you're using, just so that it can start to calibrate itself. And then what is your dough temperature? What is your average dough temperature? If you're serious about this kind of thing, this is something you know. And if you don't, you should be at least familiar with it. It won't throw your calculations off if you don't know it. Just leave it alone. Don't mess with it.
Yeah,
but the
it's
idea
easy enough to get from an instant read thermometer.
Right. You see these little lines here?
Yeah.
That's your Goldilocks zone. So if you're in here, if you're there, that's
your. Here, let me just move it. Oh, look at that! It's in the Goldilocks zone. Oh, it says over.
And you see. And did you see how on the right hand side it says ready?
Okay. Yep.
That tells you that if
when you just pass that first bar there,
it turns green.
Okay. I got you.
And then the next one, hours since you added your starter and flour and water, which is for fermental lease. Time should be at least an indicator. So if it's been 2 hours, you're outside that zone. It'll tell you what it is, but that's okay. That's not the only thing that is important in this whole process. Just helps you get it dialed in.
Okay.
The next one is the percent rise. Henry, do I have to have this double in size, or am I looking for a percentage rise?
Hmm.
I'd like to see you with a percentage rise. So say it's risen by
35
maybe
35% is
25%.
pretty low, but that it says it's ready at that point.
Yes, yes, it is. Because you're not baking yet. You
Because
have
once
no
you
oven
hit
spring going.
when you get to 45, it's over.
It's over. You're overproofing. Always
Okay.
underproof rather than overproof. You can't
All
go
right.
backwards. You can go forward.
That's true.
What does the top of your dough look like? Is it flat? Is there a little
Domes on top.
dome? Is there a dome? Or is it deflated?
Low
Because I
dome,
get people all
high
the
dome.
time. I think I overproofed. Well, how did you
Deflated is
overproof your dough?
overproofed. Yeah.
How
Right.
did you overproof it? Did you? You must not have been looking at it, because if you looked at it and it was domed, you mark it here as low dome or high dome. It'll tell you you're ready. Does it have any
Okay.
bubbles on top? Is it tiny little bubbles on the surface? None. You
Hmm.
need to go a little longer. A few, just maybe many. Too many, it's going to deflate on you, and you're overproofed.
Right.
So a little, few bubbles. Now, what this does also is it causes you to start paying attention to these little things, like playing golf. Keep your head down.
Right.
Straighten out your
Right.
elbow. Left foot pointed towards target. All these little things that you can't remember when you step up there and swing.
Right.
These are all those
Right.
little
So
things.
you got bubbles on top, bubbles on the side, the wobble test, whether it's stiff, if it's
Yep.
slight movement. Okay. Loose and aerated. Yeah, that is correct. Wobble test. And then window pane test. You don't want it to be thick.
Nope.
Yeah, strong and translucent, thin and tearing. Yep. That is over. And then
These are your
the
training wheels.
smell test, flowery, fruity, sweet and fragrant, acidic. Oh, nope, it's over
I
then.
don't expect.
Smells like starter. That's bad.
I don't expect a seasoned baker to go through these steps, because he's doing this anyway.
No. Yeah, right, right.
He's doing this anyway. This is to get
Shoot.
you. This is to
Hey, wait,
get you there.
you said the wrong gender. She is doing this anyway, because there
Did
aren't
I
too
say
many
that?
of us, buddy. Yeah, you said he.
No.
There aren't too many
Yeah,
of
well,
us.
I have to. That's why I say he, because we don't care. We don't get in trouble. You
No,
say anything about
no.
men, and we don't get in trouble. But here's the key. Here's something that I think what separates this from everything else is that why does it matter if there's a fruity smell or a ripe smell or a sweet smell or an acidic smell? You may have heard this in the lessons that we go through in the academy, but you're not going to remember all of it. So let's click on why, and it just gives you a brief understanding of your nose is more accurate than you think.
And that is definitely true.
Reinforces your ability to kind of ascertain what's going on in your dough. And you can lock it in and save it. And then if you look back at the top, where are you? Are you in the Goldilocks zone? You ready? It's ready.
Nice. So
And then if you forget how to use it, there's
Tracy
a how to use this tool.
Tracy threw this out there. Bulk fermentation help, please. And I understand, Tracy, exactly what you're saying, because bulk fermentation is my enemy. I hate bulk. Ooh, I hate it
What
because
what what is her question about bulk? I love
she
bulk
didn't say.
fermentation questions.
She just says bulk help, please. So, you know, I feel ya. That's all I got to say about it. That's all
Well,
I got to feel.
bulk.
I am
You know
not.
where
I'm not really a sourdough guy. I mean, I can make
most people
sourdough,
get
but
tripped up.
I'm not a.
Most people get tripped up when they leave their dough on the counter to rise after they've done their coil folds and stretch and folds, particularly with sourdough, because
I've done it.
so many instructions say leave it on the counter for an hour, wait for it to rise an hour. First of all, you're not supposed to be paying any attention to the clock.
No,
Look at your dough.
no. Yeah.
And if your dough is telling you what to do, and so they go, okay, well, I will look at my dough, but I don't know what I'm looking at. This will help you to understand that. I don't recommend that you leave it on the counter at all because I'm an advocate of the fermento lease. You
which
add the
blows my
flour
mind.
water,
I can't
you add
stand it
flour,
being in the
water, and
fridge.
starter together initially. Bulk fermentation begins then.
That's true. That's true.
And you've got all those coil folds, all that waiting, and bulk fermentation is taking place all of that
Oh,
time.
oh
And when you
no, no,
finish your
no.
last coil fold, dump it out on a lightly floured surface, maybe stretch it a little bit as a lamination, fold it, put it in your Banneton. Bulk fermentation's already underway. Stick it in the refrigerator and slow it down. The refrigerator is not a holding cell. It is a cold proofing chamber.
He hasn't looked
It's
at the screen yet, ladies. He
no, I
hasn't.
haven't. But I can't see anything with this tool.
I don't do any of that.
I
don't
know
do
you
any of
don't.
that. Nope.
But so the refrigerator does not stop bulk fermentation. It slows the yeast down, but the bacteria love that. That's where you're going to get flavor and character.
And I understand that. I do understand that. So
Cold
Tracy
proof.
says bulk fermentation is difficult when seasons change. 40-degree temperature changes over the course of a day can be rough. That is true. That is true. But and
I don't
Tracy,
think so.
even I know this as a crappy sourdough baker. I'm a crappy sourdough baker. I'm a yeasted guy through and through. But even I know that what Henry says is you cannot watch the clock. You can't do it. Don't even waste your time. You can set a minimum. And that's what I do. I was like, okay, check it at 25 minutes. Check it
I
at
set
30
the clock
minutes
so I don't
or
forget.
whatever. That's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
that's it.
But otherwise,
It's not your friend.
the clock doesn't help you at all. You
I'm in
gotta just pay
Columbia,
attention to
South
your dough.
Carolina. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina in shorts, making a sourdough recipe, writing it down to publish in the academy. Joanne is in North Dakota at 4,000 foot elevation, and it's raining.
Not gonna
And
be
she's
the
making
same.
the same loaf,
But it's
and
not
she's
gonna be
not
the
getting
same.
the same result.
Right.
That's not a problem with the process. It's a problem with understanding your dough. The recipe's fine.
Right.
You just have to understand what you're looking at. And if you understand the
It's
why, you can make it anywhere.
right. And I'm in Florida and 100% humidity and lucky to keep my house at 70 degrees. You know, that it's a different animal. My
What
stuff
happens
proofs
when
way faster. Way faster.
what happens when it's high pressure, clear skies, no, better still, low pressure,
Low pressure.
cloudy
Yeah.
skies, humidity.
Yeah.
How does that affect your dough?
Well, it depends on the temperature.
80 degrees. If it's
Oh,
80 degrees, low
it's
pressure
gonna prove
and high
it's gonna
humidity,
prove super fast.
and
Super fast.
if it's 80 degrees, high pressure and clear skies,
It's gonna be a
it'll be
little
slower.
slower. A little
Right.
slower.
So the knowledge of the fact that humidity has an impact on your dough is just something to put in your hip pocket as you're working on your dough. I
It
know
is.
that if I'm working on my dough in the rain, I got to be careful, particularly something like challah, because it'll run away from you.
I'm a little bit of a cheater. I use my proof setting on my oven, which sort of controls things a little bit. 100 degrees. No, it's going to be fast, but I know it's always fast.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it Is it kosher? I don't know. Who cares?
I think it's kosher. Who
it
cares?
still works. It works.
Yes. So I've got one of those Broad and Taylor folding proofer and slow cooker back there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I stick my dough in there. You don't have to have a cover over it, but it has a lid. You don't have to have a cover
It
over
should.
it
You should put a. You should put it over it.
but you can put a little water in the bottom of it, and it'll keep it moist and yada yada. But I always cover it.
Right.
But so I go in there, open it, grab my dough, do the little bit of a poke test, and walk out of the room. A week later, I go back in to stick my next bread in the proofer, reach around to turn it on. It's on. Been on this whole time.
Oh.
I've done that twice back to back. So now I have a little post-it note.
It doesn't take up that much power. Thank goodness.
No, thank goodness. But turn it off, will you?
Turn it off. Yeah.
Just sitting there running. It'll get away from you. I've got a video somewhere of my challah in a bus tub. Do you know how big a bus tub is?
Yeah, I have some.
And it's coming out of there like it's possessed. I go to the store, come back, and it's all over the place.
I have done that. I'm laughing because I've done it.
Yes. And for some reason, and challah is worse than all of them for me.
It is. I don't know why it's so lively, but it is really lively. It's really lively.
It's alive. It'll get away from you. That's God's bread. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's got the Holy
yeah.
Spirit.
Must be. Yeah.
Why do you think they pray over it?
Oh no. Oh no.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, prayer for your coffin. Prayer for the bread. In Hebrew.
All right.
I can't see you, man. All I got is this thing on the screen.
I'm here. All right, buddy. Well, my friend, it is time for us to shut this party down. It's been fun. But we're coming up on 2 hours. So it's time to shut her down.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We've been just chit-chatting away.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
It was alcohol. That's what he said. Alcohol.
Not all of y'all. I didn't say all of y'all. Siri.
Oh no.
Dumb as a post. Siri's dumb as a post.
Oh, hey, easy. She can hear you.
Siri, can you hear me? No.
You got to say the magic word before it. Anyway, okay.
Hey,
all right.
Siri.
She can't hear me in your earbuds. All right. So thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. Sorry about the little bit of snafu we had going on there in the middle.
Sorry about the inebriation.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us. And we will see you next time on Counterculture with Dave and Henry. Remember to like and subscribe.
Hey, that's so important, guys. Do us a favor. Whether you like this show or not, hit the like button and the subscribe button.
If they're still here, surely they like us.
Surely. And then once you've done that, go find my channel, Baking Great Bread. Just search Henry Hunter or something. And
if you go to at Henry Hunter Jr., that'll take you there.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, there's some good stuff there.
Until next time, see you later.
Au revoir, mon
See you
ami.
next Thursday. Bye.
Tú eres el sur bonito.